You know the face, those piercing green eyes, and of course, that walk, the one that's dominated high fashion runways for more than a decade. But this story, this is about how that famous walk took a turn that was so surprising and just spectacular.
Okay, so picture this. It's March 2025. This is the absolute peak of the fashion calendar. Everyone who's anyone is in Paris, and all eyes are expecting to see one of the industry's biggest stars, Irina Shayk, on all the most exclusive runways.
But she wasn't there. She was literally thousands of miles away from that quiet, serious world of European high fashion. Basically, a ghost at the industry's most important party.
So the big question is, where in the world was Irina Shayk? And the answer, well, it's a lot more surprising and way more symbolic than anyone could have ever guessed. To really get where she was, we've got to go all the way back to the very beginning, to a place about as far from the glamour of Paris or Rio as you can possibly imagine.
And this slide, wow, it just lays it all out perfectly. These are the two opposite worlds that really define her story. On one side, you have this frozen, desolate coal mining town where she grew up, and on the other, the burning, vibrant, non-stop celebration of Rio Carnival. This incredible contrast, that's the key to understanding her entire journey.
So she was born Irina Shaykhlislamova back in 1986, during the final years of the Soviet Union. Her dad was a coal miner, and her mom was a music teacher. Life was all about survival, not luxury. And then, when she was just 14, her father died from pneumonia. And that survival got even harder. The future supermodel actually spent her summers farming potatoes just so her family would have enough food to get through the winter. And here's the thing, that upbringing didn't break her, it forged her. She's actually said that those tough years gave her a man's character, a kind of toughness and resilience that would end up being her greatest weapon in the totally cutthroat world of fashion.
But that man's character, that toughness, was about to be put to the ultimate test when she finally got her chance to escape. She was studying marketing, but honestly, she was bored out of her mind. So she joined a local beauty school, and right there, a scout spotted her. In 2004, she wins this local pageant, and the prize? A one-way ticket to Paris and a shot at a whole new life.
Now, this number, 40 euros, it says it all. This was not some glamorous arrival. No, she was living in a tiny apartment crammed with other models, trying to survive on just 40 euros a week. A lot of the time, that meant eating nothing but rice.
And the industry itself? It was cold to her. Back then, models were expected to be rail thin, and agencies told her she was too curvy, her skin was too dark. They told her she just didn't fit the mold. But the coal miners of Beklia's daughter? Yeah, she didn't quit. So what did she do? Did she change? Nope. The key here is that instead of trying to fit into their mold, she broke it and created a completely new one.
Her big break, funnily enough, didn't come from high fashion. It came from lingerie and swimwear. In 2007, she becomes the face of Intimissimi. Then, in 2011, she makes history as the very first Russian model ever on the cover of Sports Illustrated. And just like that, all the things that made her different were suddenly the things that made her a global superstar. From there, she conquered high fashion, and in 2017, she became a model. And through it all, despite some very high-profile relationships, she's remained fiercely private, just known for this incredible work ethic. I mean, she was back on the runway just months after giving birth. She became this powerful symbol of modern strength, a single mother totally in control of her own story. Which brings us right back to 2025 and the answer to our original question. Why on earth was she in Rio and not Paris?
Well, she was there because she received this incredibly prestigious invitation from Beija-Flor de Nilópolis. It's one of the most traditional and celebrated samba schools in all of Rio. They needed a star, someone who could bridge worlds for their big parade.
Her role was something really unique, Madrina de Presentación, which basically means presentation godmother. Now, this wasn't a competition, she wasn't being judged on her dancing, it was this regal, symbolic position. Her job was to lead the school's board of directors to, quite literally, light the way for the whole parade.
And she did it in the most spectacular way possible. Dressed by the designer Henrique Filo as the Blue Angel, her costume was just this stunning creation of blue crystals and massive feathers. It was a beautiful tribute to the school's theme, which was honoring a legendary director.
Now look, she even admitted her samba feet were a little shy, but that wasn't the point at all.
Her power was in her presence, in that regal walk leading from the very front of the procession on the burning hot asphalt of the Sambadrome.
And this is it. This is where her journey just comes full circle so perfectly. The girl who once had to plant potatoes in the frozen Russian earth just to survive was now the blue angel of the tropics, being celebrated by millions in this unbelievable spectacle of pure joy and fire.
And the final detail, the cherry on top, Beija-Flor, the school she led down that famous road, they went on to win the 2025 Carnival Championship. So, from the coal mines of Yemanzhelinsk to the winter's parade in Rio, Irina Shayk's journey really proves one thing. She doesn't just walk the runway, she owns the entire road. The only question left is, where is that road going to take her next?